works with the total area of 153.30 cubic meter. Item 1.02, concrete works with volume of concrete of 38.91 cubic meters with total weight of reinforcing bars of 3,153.53 kilograms and formworks area of 25.92 square meters. Item 1.3, steelworks. The total weight of steelworks is 23,477.96 kilograms. For item 2, architectural works. Under tile works, the total area is 891.60 square meters. Under items 2.02, carpentry works with sub-item of 2.02.1, ceiling works, the total area is 459.33 square meters. Sub-item 2.02.2, drywall with total area of 8.33 square meters. For painting works, the total area is 267.66 square meter. And for item 2.04, the provision and installation of doors and windows, the total number of doors, 8 sets, and number of windows, 12 sets. Item 3, electrical works, and sub-item lighting and power conduits, fittings. Item 3.02, wires. Item 3.04, lighting fixtures. Another item is for boxes. And last item for electrical works, ventilation equipment. For plumbing works, item 4.01. This work includes the materials, labor, and equipment to complete the excavation and gravel bedding for the holding tanks, catch basin, pipe trenches, and other covered areas as mentioned in the plan. 4.02, sewer line system. Item 4.03, water line system. Item 4.04, which includes the construction of septic tank, catch basin, and trench drain. And item 4.05, the relocation of the holding tank. For item 5, special equipment works. Item 5.1.1, dismantling of existing elevators. The quantity of existing elevator to be dismantled is 4 units hydraulic type passenger elevator. As for the dismantling of escalator, we also have 4 units of the escalator, including its controllers, hanger supports, mechanical and electrical components, as indicated on the approved plans. For item 5.2, elevator, these are the material specification required for the provision, installation, supply, installation, and commissioning of elevators. Another specification for elevator number 2. For item 5.03, provision of escalator, 4 units with material specification appearing on your screen. And last, for the special equipment is the provision of contactless common use self-service kiosk, amounting to 4 units. For the specifications, last item for the interior works, we have the decorative lobby partition, item 6.2, overhead ceiling slat accent, item 6.3, the mezzanine slat partition, and mezzanine and stair railings, and last item under interior works is the construction of the powder room. Included in the scope of work is that the contractor must complete uh, the sample material test and the cited specification, uh, all in, uh, all specified in the contract. A contractor is also responsible for all certificate permits and survey instrument in the project implementation. And also all expenses shall be incorporated in the contractor's overhead costs and shall be considered as key items. This is all my presentation, sir.
I thank you for that presentation. At this juncture, we open the floor for any questions from our members, including the PWG and the Secretariat, if there's any, for what was presented. Otherwise, if there's none, like maybe we can have a motion, please. This is for pre-procurement, so this is for, the request is for posting, tama?
To the back chair, the end user would like to request for the posting of this project. Thank
Yes,
you.
just before that, let me just emphasize the importance of this project. If you'd recall, the development of the PTB has been lodged in the procurement process here in CAP for a while, particularly due to the previous failure of biddings insofar as the design is concerned. That's why right now, the Secretary has given us very strict instruction to prioritize and to make sure that this is implemented within this administration, considering, of course, that this is the Davao Airport and this is of high priority to the President. So, in this part, this particular project that was presented uh, is something of importance, kaya we really need to have the timelines followed very strictly. Kasi wala na rin tayo masyadong oras. So yun lang po. If there's no more questions regarding the design and the documentation, maybe we can have a motion for posting, please.
Through the chair,
Yes, Colonel.
I move to adopt the recommendations of the technical working group for the immediate posting of these projects, since, as you have said, uh, time is resolved, so we have to catch up with the timeline that has been proposed to us. Thank you.
Thank you for that, sir. So there's a motion. Do we have a second?
Second, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. There being motion duly seconded, let's have this project posted in accordance with the rules, pertinent rules in the GPPG and the requirements of the PhilJEPs. And user kindly just coordinate this with the documentation with the secretariat. I just have a slight question for the end user, Colonel Junella. So this particular project for the expansion, I understand there's going to be a separate procurement for the improvement of the existing lobby. Tama ba?
That's correct, uh, through the chair. Actually, the POW for the rehab of the lobby for the
Okay,
mountain.
just for good measure lang sir, kasi syempre this is expansion of the PTB. Hindi naman to conflict with the fact that we are renovating the lobby. Hindi
No,
naman yan, hindi naman to conflict, sir.
walang
Okay.
conflict ito doon sa expansion. Doon sa
Okay.
improvement ng lobby ng Davao International Airport.
Alright, sir. But I also understand that the lobby improvement will also have to undergo procurement. Kailan kaya maisasalang yun, sir? Kasi as, if I may also communicate based on our meeting yesterday with the secretary and also as he communicated with the office of the president, they want to see something already happen sometime in March. And of course, the PTB expansion is hindi parang imposible naman yun since that's a big project and we're still in the middle of procuring it. At least yung lobby improvement, baka naman kaya, sir. Makapag-start na kaya tayo ng procurement nun?
Well, as Emerson said, itong 9% is ito yung sa improvement ng lobby.
Ito yung sa lobby?
Yes, sir.
Bakit yung pinakita nyo kanina parang buong 49 million? Ah, ito na yun. So,
Expansion po, sir.
yung construction, ano pa yun, hiwalay, yun yung hiwalay pa.
Wala, yes.
So, hindi pa yun.
Kasama lang.
Hindi pa
Yung
yun.
amount na yun, yung amount yan na 49 million, yan na mismo yung
Okay.
one.
Sige,
Yung
sige.
sa
Okay.
equivalent ng
That makes a lot of sense now, actually. Nalilitan nga ako sa ABC. Sige. Yung sa, sige, I just reverse the question, I guess. Yung principal expansion, kailan po natin maisasalang?
Actually, I give instructions to Atunubo na supposedly this week, magkasabay silang dalawa eh. I'll check it out. If we
Sige
can
po,
do
sir.
it,
Just look at the timeline. So, technically, we're looking at 3 timelines here. The one is with Bac Bravo, and for Charlie, we have 2 timelines, which is the timeline for this one, the improvement of the lobby, and for the principal expansion of the PTB.
yes.
Okay. Sige. Ano lang, sir, sorry alam ko may motion na approve na. Ano title nito? Kasi medyo na-confuse ako sa title. Kasi the title is improvement. Kasi improvement, hindi expansion. Okay. Okay, makes sense.
Existing passenger.
Sige, sige. Yun lang, medyo nalito lang ako doon. Alright, makes sense now. Sige, as moved and seconded, let's have this posted as soon as possible. Sige, do we have anything else for today? We do. We have the discussion on the construction of the new PTB for phase 2 for the Tacloban International Airport development, rebid, which is an ADMS DOTR downloaded project. Attorney Frank will be discussing this.
Yes, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, allow me to share my screen. I just have a quick presentation for this, sir, for the appreciation of the committee, sir. Alish, can you see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I will be presenting updates on the project construction of new passenger terminal building phase 2 for the Tacloban Airport Development Project. So, yes, again, this is a DOTR downloaded project, and under bid number 21-12-07, we negotiated this project under through negotiated procurement under 2 failed biddings. So, be it recalled that in the first two biddings, wala pong bidders na pumasa sa bid evaluation. So that's why we resulted into negotiation. The EPC of this project is 690,412,227 pesos and 70 centavos. So considering the amount, this has to be presented to the board as the hope of this project. So the duration of the project is 420 calendar days. And as to the procurement activities, we posted and we posted the notice of negotiation. We invited 7 bidders to this last October 12, 2021. And as indicated in the notice of negotiation or the invitation to bid for bid for negotiation, we opened the bids last October 29, 2021. So from October 29 up to this very day, the BAC TWG is yet to conclude the bid evaluation. So be it remembered, Mr. Chair, and to the members of the committee that time in between, we had 2 revisions or reconstitution of the technical working group. So one was done last towards the end of November, and the other one was this January. So considering also the bulk of the documents and the change of the members of the committee of the TWG for this project, the outcome of the former members of the technical working group is something that is to be reviewed by the present member of the technical working group. So with that, nagkaroon po ng delay, so much delay in the preparation of bid evaluation admittedly. So just a brief background din po sa allowable maximum period ng procurement process as per GPPB. 7 calendar days lang ang bid evaluation while 45 calendar days ang post-qualification. So in this case, after the bid opening, October, November, December, January, almost 4 months na hindi pa natapos yung bid evaluation. So also sa procurement process ng GPPB, sa timeline recommended, ang earliest possible is 26 and then yung maximum na is maximum allowable calendar days is 156 calendar days for the entire duration. This is up to the notice to proceed, the issuance of the notice to proceed. But in this particular case, Mr. Chair and to the members of the committee, as you have noticed, wala pa po, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, hindi pa po nakapag-conclude ang PWG ng bid evaluation presentation, evaluation. And we took no, we are very particular. In previous board po natin, naging particular po sila sa timeline ng procurement processes. Be it recalled na yung Zamboanga International Airport na was recommended as well was approved for the failure of bidding due to failure to observe ng technical working group as well to comply with the timeline dun sa bid evaluation. And under section 41B, this is a reservation clause. It is expressly provided that if BAC is found to have failed in following the prescribed procedures of the bidding, the HOPE may or reserves the right to reject any or all of the bids and declare a failure of bidding. So, anchoring on this provision, Mr. Chair, and considering the circumstances happen from the issuance or the posting of the bid from the posting of the invitation to negotiate that bidding up to the bid evaluation, we are recommending as a technical working group, I think it is prudent for us to declare the procurement construction of new passenger terminal building phase 2 for Tacloban Airport Development Project a failure of bidding. This is first to protect, of course, our HOPE as well as the office of the DG as well as the BAC members as well. Kasi parang magkakaroon po talaga ng possible red flag to. Possible red flag po talaga to sa COA. Why it took us so long to declare, and considering that we have the legal basis to declare a declaration of failure of bidding under Section 41, that's why we are recommending, Mr. Chair, for the consideration and approval of this committee to recommend to the board the declaration of failure of bidding, which if the committee will approve today, I will be presenting it tomorrow sa board meeting po. That's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you, sir. Sir?
Ay, sorry. Meron lang sinagot.
Sorry,
Okay, so the sorry for the last part, the recommendation is for the declaration of failure of bidding for the aforementioned reasons. Okay. And the primary ground that we're stating is indeed the exercise of reservation clause or failure to comply with the DPPB rules, particularly the timelines.
Yes, sir.
Ano bang naging nito? Ano naging reason bakit tumagal ng ganun?
Sir, ang
Nego na to, di ba?
Yeah.
Supposedly, this is supposed to be nego already. So, dapat mas madali nga, mas mabilis.
Naging mabilis naman po siya doon sa process ng, I mean, kasi we dispense with other requirements doon sa technical at saka sa eligibility. However, sir, doon sa financial, we still need to review all the items as provided in the DUPA and in the detailed estimates. Ang unang naging ang primary reason that before na bakit naging delay is yung voluminous um, uh, submission. And dahil din po sa nagkaroon ng reconstitution ng TWG, nakadalawang beses na pong reconstitution, naapektuhan po yung outcome, I mean yung acceptability ng outcome ng previous members. So parang they wanted to review as well yung or to redo the evaluation. That's why inabot po ng ganito katagal po, sir.
Okay, may primary concern syempre is the board, lalo na kung umaten si secretary.
Yes,
Kung
sir.
umaten si secretary sa board, they're gonna ask kung sinong sisisihin dito, and we don't want, parang lumalabas kasi dito, parang sasaluhin na naman ng back yung naging lapse. So tayo ang may kasalanan, di ba?
Actually, sir, yes, admittedly, my fault din po sa technical working group kasi medyo natagalan din, sir. Pero yung bakit din po siya natagalan kasi nagkaroon nga po ng change ng technical working group. Although patapos na yung evaluation sana, dahil nag-change yung membership ng technical working group, bumalik kami sa zero. Nag-start kami sa zero na uli dun sa evaluation, yung mga engineers na nag-evaluate. So, we had two reconstitution. So, change of membership of the technical working group. And I fully understand din naman po there, sir, dun sa mga engineers po natin na, of course, they wanted to ensure na yung document na, I mean, the one that we are recommending are, of course, complete and yung compliant yung financial aspect nila, specifically on the DUPA and detailed estimates, sir.
Okay, I think aware naman ang board with that, with the change of back composition in TWG kasi partly that's their instruction as well. Siguro let's, if we present this, if ever we do decide to go with this and we present this, this will be presented sa board, di ba? Frank?
Yes, sir. If the committee will allow,
Yeah.
if the committee will approve today,
So
sir.
if we present this, maybe we can just backtrack a little bit and provide context on why there was even a change of TWG in the first place para mas maintindihan nila. Kasi that was related to a different subject matter.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, ito yung mga aftermath na effects nung nangyari na yun. So, gano'n na lang ako. I have no further comments. The other members, do we have any questions or comments on this proposition? Attorney Frank, what will happen here afterwards is failure of bidding and renegotiation.
Yes, sir. We are, there will be a renegotiation, sir, immediately after the declaration of failure bidding. We are also, this time, sir, we are committed na, we are committing sa technical working group, sir, na should we renegotiate, we will prioritize this, sir, kasi patapos naman na din po, wala na pong pending sa technical working group, sir. So makafocus po kami sa project na to, sir.
So do we really need to go through failure for us to renegotiate? Kailangan talaga i-declare?
Yes, sir. Considering na may pending pa na na procurement activity, sir. We cannot close this activity unless may declaration of failure.
Okay. Sige. No further comments. Other members, do we have any questions or concerns? This is the time to be patient, please. Thank you. And if there's none, maybe we can have a motion to adopt this recommendation, and of course, this is beyond our jurisdiction to decide in finality. This will have to be presented to the board for them to decide. A motion, please.
Chair?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I so move to adopt the recommendation of the TWG to declare the procurement entitled Construction of New Passenger Terminal Building, Phase 2 for Tacloban Airport Development Project be declared failure of bidding.
Alright, thank you for that motion, Ma'am Vani. Do I have a second?
Second, sir.
Thank you. There being motion duly seconded, let the recommendation of the TWG be accordingly adopted, and let this the bidding be the application be declared failure and to be subject for renegotiation. Of course, as a mere recommendation to the board of directors for them to decide on. So, Attorney Frank, kindly just include this with the presentations for Friday, together with the ilan ba yun? Nine projects, tama?
Sa 8 projects, sir.
8 projects. Kaya mo yan. Sige. Alright. Is there anything else for today's agenda?
None from the technical working group, sir.
Alright, there being no further agenda items, let's already adjourn the meeting. Ayan, 4 o'clock. Dapat ngayon tayo mag-start. We're already adjourning. So, thank you again for accommodating, even if it's an earlier schedule. At least you were able to thresh this out. So, meeting is adjourned. Maraming salamat po, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Maraming
Thank you,
salamat.
sir.
Sir,
Ay, Ma'am Vani.
is it
Ma'am, bukas
Depo.
board meetings.